Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you've ever needed to send money across borders, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It can literally feel like navigating a minefield of hidden fees, unexpected delays, and just, well, confusing interfaces. Today, we're bringing you a fully transparent, step-by-step, insider's look at using Xoom. We're going to strip away all that confusion and show you exactly how to master this platform safely and efficiently. Sound good? Let's get into it.
Now, to really understand why platforms like Xoom even matter, I want you to consider this absolutely staggering number. According to recent data, immigrants have sent a massive $5 trillion in remittances to their countries of origin over the last decade. Yeah, you heard that right, $5 trillion. To put that into perspective, that's enough to power entire economies. These funds are absolutely vital for everyday food, housing, and health expenses for families worldwide. So getting these international money transfers right, doing it safely and without overpaying is, well, it's absolutely crucial. Okay. So let's dive into our roadmap for today. We're going to cover meeting Xoom and setting up your account, preparing your money transfer, initiating the transfer steps, tracking and troubleshooting transactions, avoiding hidden exchange rate costs, and finally, doing a final review for safe sending.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Meet a Xoom and Account Setup. So right off the bat, there's a really common point of confusion I want to clear up regarding Xoom's ownership. Xoom was actually founded back in 2001, and then PayPal acquired them in 2015. But, and this is key, they are totally distinct platforms. You know PayPal, right? It's your global standard for domestic transfers and everyday e-commerce. Xoom, however, operates under that PayPal umbrella specifically as a dedicated international remittance platform. It connects you to over 160 countries, and it offers these really unique delivery methods that standard PayPal just doesn't do, like cash pickups and even mobile phone top-ups.
Now, as you might expect, setting up your account is pretty seamless. First things first, you do have to be at least 18 years old to legally accept their user agreements. But here's a neat trick. If you already have a PayPal account, you can actually use Single Sign-On, or SSO, to just log right in. Your verified identity pulls across automatically, which is honestly a massive time saver. Or, if you'd rather keep things separate, creating a native Xoom account just requires an email, your name, and a phone number for a quick SMS verification. Super simple.
Moving right along to Section 2, Preparing your money transfer.
When it's time to actually fund your transfer, your options include a direct ACH bank debit, debit cards, or credit cards. But listen up, because you need to pay close attention to a major insider fact here, one that trips up a lot of users. Even though Xoom is owned by PayPal and you literally just logged in with PayPal, you cannot actually fund a Xoom transfer using your PayPal wallet balance. Crazy, right? You must link a separate bank account or card. Just keep that in your back pocket.
Now, what's really interesting here is how Xoom tiers your sending limits based on the documentation you provide them. For U.S. residents, just giving them your basic profile info gets you to Level 1, capping you at $2,999 in a 24-hour period. But say you need to send a much larger sum. Maybe it's for a medical emergency or you're purchasing property abroad. You can unlock Level 3, which lets you send up to $50,000 a day. To do that, you just need to securely upload a government ID and some proof of income, like a recent pay stub or bank statement.
Let's jump into Section 3, Initiating the Transfer Steps.
Okay, so the actual workflow here is completely engineered for speed. It's really just a 4-step process. Step 1, you select from over 160 destination countries and punch in your send amount. Step 2, choose exactly how your contact is going to receive those funds. Step 3, enter their details securely. And finally, Step 4, select your payment method, give everything a quick review, and slide to send. The whole thing is built to literally take just a few minutes of your time.
Now, Step 2, choosing the delivery method, is honestly where Xoom really shines. You aren't just stuck with standard bank deposits. Let's say your recipient lives in an area with low banking access. You can send funds directly to their mobile wallet, or even arrange for actual home delivery in certain regions. Or you can use their massive cash pickup network at everyday places like Walmart, RIA, Oxxo Denim Mexico, or Electra. It's super flexible.
But I have to warn you about a very common pitfall here. Let's look at a quick hypothetical scenario. Say you're sending some emergency cash to your Uncle Robert and he's going to pick it up at a local bank. On the Xoom app, you're moving fast, so you casually type his name as Bob. Well, when he arrives at the bank with his passport that says Robert, there's no way around it. He will be completely blocked from picking up the cash. For cash pickups, the name you enter absolutely must exactly, letter for letter, match their valid government photo ID. Absolutely no nicknames.
Which brings us to Section 4, Tracking and Troubleshooting Transactions.
One of the best things is how Xoom removes that whole black box anxiety of international transfers. You know that feeling, right? Did the money make it? Well, they provide a dedicated Xoom transaction number for live tracking. You'll actually get real-time SMS and email updates every single step of the way. And hey, if a delay happens, which, can definitely occur for routine compliance checks or local bank holidays, you have that transaction number ready to go. Just give it to their global customer support team, who you can reach by phone or email. But what if you make a mistake? Can you just hit undo? Well, sort of. You can cancel a transaction by going to your activity list and clicking the little cancel icon. But here's the catch. This is only possible if the money has not yet reached the recipient. If you look and that cancel icon is missing, the transfer is complete and cannot be reversed. Also keep in mind that things like mobile phone reloads and bill payments are generally instant, which means they are pretty much final the exact second you hit send.
All right, let's pull back the curtain for Section 5, Avoiding Hidden Exchange Rate Costs.
Okay, we need to talk about the reality of currency conversion, because it's often completely misunderstood. When you convert US dollars to, say, Mexican pesos or any other currency, Xoom does not give you the true mid-market rate. The rate you'd see if you just Googled it or checked xe.com. Instead, they apply what's called an exchange rate spread. They're taking a markup that is typically between 1% and 3%. So on a $1,000 transfer, a 2% markup literally means your recipient gets the equivalent of $20 less. It adds up fast.
So the crucial takeaway here is understanding this formula. Your total cost isn't just the flat transfer fees shown on the confirmation screen. I mean, sometimes that flat fee can even be $0 depending on the payment method you chose. But your true cost is that upfront flat fee plus the hidden cost of the exchange rate markup spread. Best practice, always open a new tab, check the real mid-market rate, and compare it to Xoom's offered rate before you finalize anything.
And just to prove to you that this is an absolutely intended revenue stream, listen to this direct quote right from the Xoom user agreement. In addition to transaction fees, Xoom makes money when it changes your send currency into a different currency. There it is in black and white. It's a built-in revenue stream. Being an informed user just means knowing exactly how you are paying for the incredible convenience that this platform offers.
Finally, we're at Section 6, Final Review and Safe Sending.
Now, for all our talk about exchange rate markups, I want to show you exactly what you are paying for: enterprise-grade security. Because it's backed by PayPal, Xoom utilizes heavy-duty 128-bit data encryption, it's VeriSign secured, and it uses two-factor authentication to fiercely protect your login. They even go as far as conducting financial and criminal background checks on their own staff. Plus, they offer a money-back guarantee if an error ever occurs on their end. So at the end of the day, it is a highly safe, highly regulated option for your money.
Before we wrap this explainer up, just a quick disclaimer. Xoom's limits, fees, and those exchange rates we talked about, they fluctuate constantly based on global markets, your chosen payment method, and the destination country. So please, always read the final review screen super carefully and check the most current terms of service before you commit your hard-earned money to any transfer.
So, I want to leave you with this thought. Knowing the hidden costs of those exchange rate spreads is the unbeatable speed and convenience of Xoom worth it for your next global transfer. Honestly, for an instant cash pickup in a rural town where options are limited, it might be absolutely invaluable. But for a massive bank deposit, you might want to shop around a bit first. We really hope this step-by-step breakdown has empowered you to make the smartest financial choice for your needs. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and keep learning.